And right now we have a message of great importance, and we would like especially all the terrific young people in the back of the audience to watch very closely at someone you're going to enjoy listening to. Please roll that.
I love the telethon. It's unbelievable. I watch it every year it's on. I sit there, and I get my box of food, I get my beef jerky, I get my Nestle rolled pies, my grape soda, and I just sit there with a box of food and watch Jerry on the telethon. It's unbelievable. I love it. And Ed is always there too. Ed is great. It is like that crazy uncle who comes over, and he takes you to like a better restaurant than your folks ever took you to. That's why I love Ed. He's unbelievable too. It's really, really amazing. I always watch it, but I watch it more, like the last few years and stuff. See, when I was a kid growing up in Brooklyn, we had this great neighborhood, and like there was all different kinds of people, and that's how it was. We had Eddie Chin, he was a Chinese guy, and we had John Lee, he was a black man, and we were all friends, And there was this girl, Ellen Fortunato. And Ellen, she lived in a wheelchair, and that's how it was. And we didn't make no big bones about it. She was wonderful. Like when we play softball, we choose her in. We play soccer, we choose her in. Whatever we played, Ellen was part of us. She was one of the family there, It was unbelievable. That's what our neighborhood is. I didn't know how sick she was, I never heard, what it was called before. She was just, that's how she lived. She lived in a wheelchair. One summer, as we got older, my friends went away to sleepaway camp, and we didn't have no money. So for vacation, I would go to the corner and talk to the cops, So one time, it was really, really hot there. It was like really amazing. And I kept saying, like, could it get hotter? Is it possible it could get like hotter? And I'm on my way to the beach, I got my blankets and everything. And I passed by Ellen Fortunato's house. And I said to myself, it must be hotter for her. She's just sitting in that chair. So I ring the doorbell, and Mrs. Fortunato comes out, and she says, hey, Ricky, where are you going? I said, I'm going to the beach. Could I take Ellen? She said, she's never been to the beach before. We can't take her. I said, I'm going to take her to the beach. Please trust me. She did. I wheeled her down, to Coney Island, So we get her up there, and we go up to the boardwalk, and she's like flipping out. She'd never, seen it before. I couldn't believe it. I said, you never saw the beach? She said, no. I said, that's unbelievable. I can't believe that. She said to me, Ricky, I never felt sand. What's it like? So I said, come on, I'm taking you down. She said, no, my folks have been mad. I said, don't worry, you're with Ricky now. So I wheel her down, and we get right to where the street and the sand is. And I said, just don't, worry. It's going to be okay. And I picked her up out of the chair, and she got real embarrassed and stuff. I said, don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. And I carried her real careful, like that big bag of groceries that got the eggs in it, So I'm real careful with her. And I'm walking all the way down to the water. It was amazing. And I walked her down, and I spread out the blankets right on the shore, right where the waves come up. And I just laid it out there, and I put her down real gentle. And she just laid there, like a little baby, giggling. And I took some sand, and I put it in her hands, so she could feel it. I rubbed it over, and then the waves would come up. It would hit her feet and go away. Hit her feet and go away. She started giggling, And it was like the best time at the beach. It's like 4:30 when the sun is like really, really nice and not too many people are there. And it's hitting her face. And she's just smiling. But she had a smile. I've seen Ellen Fortunato smile a lot, but not like this smile. This was really, really a special smile. It was unbelievable. Because the water kept coming up, hit her feet, and going away. Come up and go away. I'll never forget that day. It was unbelievable. She moved away about 2 years later, We kind of kept in touch. I would, call her up, and her parents would, put her on the phone, She could talk for a little bit, and then I would write her letters, and she would tell her mother what to write, and she would write me back, And then I went into the Army, and then I come out, and I went looking for her, and, she wasn't around, and just didn't know where she was no more. She moved again and again and again. Then about a year ago, I went to my high school 20th reunion. It was unbelievable. I walked in, I looked at friends, I go, could you lose like more hair? Is it possible you could like lose every hair on your head? Hey, Eddie, could you get like a bigger belly? Is it possible? It was unbelievable. But I was looking for Ellen, And I couldn't find her. Nobody knew where she was, nothing. Then I seen her picture on the wall there. It was, class of 64, rest in peace. And with it was a bunch of friends of mine who, didn't come out of Vietnam. And she was there. I felt really, really sad, But then I felt happy because I saw that smile, just once. I think I seen a smile nobody else seen. It's sad, But, that's why I watch a telethon, like every year. I sit there and I want to be the first person to call in. I'm going to be the first person to call in. I sit there with my hand on the phone. I've been sitting here since July 8th. Want to get that first call and get my $10 in there. Yeah. That's why I think I love the telethon. Like Jerry Lewis. Look, I don't know Jerry Lewis. How would I know Jerry Lewis? I live in Brooklyn. He don't know me. I don't know him. But we know something together. See, he never met Ellen Fortunato. But you know what he knows that I know? He's seen that smile. You know what I mean? He's seen it. So that's why I sit here and I watch all 18 hours. I watch a telethon. I think it's unbelievable. It's the greatest show on TV, I'll tell you that. It's amazing.
I don't think I have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that that was the very innovative and very talented Mr. Billy Crystal. Thank you, Billy.